Many of us don't know each other, but my name's Greg, so now we're family. So let's get cozy and just kind of welcome the next person in right beside you. Introduce yourself if you haven't met them. I am Greg Ramsden. I'm the VP of Operations here at Iconium Media, and we are very thrilled that you are here. We don't take this for granted that you took time to be here with us. That's very valuable. So it's not lost on us how important this night is to you to give up, to come and hear from us and to celebrate with us. So thank you for being here. But on behalf of everyone at Iconium, I welcome you to this very special celebration. It's not just an Iconium celebration. This is a we celebration. You're a part of this. It's our 10-year anniversary. 10 years. 1 decade. 10 years ago, back in 2015, the biggest thing we were doing was arguing about that dress. Was it gold or was it blue? That was what was huge in 2015. Adele just released her big hit, Hello. We were singing along to that. And somewhere in Sherwood Park, this was beginning. A decade ago, and now this vision to capture stories, to inspire, to connect, and to truly transform has moved a decade further. We've grown into a company. We've grown into a team, a community that we are very proud to still call Iconium Media. Now, many of you know a lot of our team members, and when we think about these past 10 years, we don't just think about the projects and all the deadlines and all the deliverables that we've been a part of. In truth, I'm not just saying it to placate to you. We honestly think about the people. We think about you. We think about the great work that we've been able to do with you. The creative brainstorming we've had along with you, the risks that felt too big for us to take, and then we stepped out and we tried, we swung for it. We think of the partnerships that turned into friendships, and the stories that left us changed, even as we were creating them and didn't quite picture the end of the story yet, but you were with us along the way. So this milestone, this 10 years, isn't just about looking back and seeing what we've done, seeing what we've accomplished, but it's about looking ahead. Today is proof to us that when creativity and when collaboration and when courage come together, a lot is possible. Things that we didn't think were possible happen. And we feel the next 10 years hold even greater potential. Tonight we're going to celebrate both where we've been, but also where we're going. So again, welcome to you. Very thankful that you're here, not just celebrating our past, but this is the beginning of our next chapter. We're glad to share it with you. We have a lot of special guests in attendance here. We're very grateful for each of you that has been a part of this, and you're going to hear from a few guests up here as well through the evening. Thank you to many of you that drove, many of you that flew in to be here just for a couple of days. That is a massive commitment, and we love you for that. Thank you. So tonight, we celebrate this story that began with a dream in a garage in Sherwood Park, about 8 minutes away from here. And that dream has grown into a movement that touches lives around the world. For 10 years, Iconium Media has been telling stories that capture hearts, that inspire action, that have created impact. So as we look back at the journey and ahead to the future, we're going to take a moment to see where it all began and to see where we are going to be going. So I want to direct your attention to watch these screens. This would be that 5-second warning so that your eyes aren't burnt as we watch this. But enjoy this video. Yeah, the heartbeat of story is why we exist. I just want to recognize the Iconium team that's in the room. If you are on Iconium staff, would you just raise your hand around the room? We can just point a few of us out here. So this is our team. We're a small, but we're a mighty team. We've got about 18 or 19 of us on staff. Most work out of this office, 4 that work remote. And a new gentleman that probably won't like this moment. We have new staff starting on Tuesday, and he's here tonight in the room. So we are expanding even as of this week. So a new member that will be joining us next week. So we're glad you're here, Johnny Joe. A couple of guests that we want to hear from tonight that just hold a significant part of the work that we've been able to do and partner with. The first one that I would like to introduce and invite up is Karim Kassam. He's the principal of Optimal Living, and he has dedicated his career to creating vibrant and supportive communities for seniors, ensuring that they can truly feel at home. His leadership has helped shape Optima Living into one of Western Canada's leading providers of senior living. So would you please join me in welcoming Karim Kassab.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Yes, sir. Okay, great. Karen, congratulations. My goodness. You know, when Karen asked me to speak, I said, I can go on. And then when I saw the schedule today, it said 2 minutes. And I thought, okay, I better do this quick. So I left the speaking notes at home. I said, I'm just going to speak from the heart. And I just wanted to say how proud we are to be partners, to be your friend, to be family. And, you know, you reminded me this morning or today as we were making some introductions in 2017 when we first met, 2018. And Diane, who's here, where's Diane? Hi, Diane, and you introduced us today, so I really appreciate you doing that. I want to say that life is about the power of connection. Life is about who you meet, and that every conversation counts. And don't ever disregard it, because you don't know what will happen as a result of that conversation. And so that introduction led you and I and Fareed and Ali to have a coffee at the Sherwood Park Starbucks. And we sat there around the table with our coffees, and I said to her, Karen, we're about to launch a brand new community called Astor Gardens. And I said, Astor, the reason for Astor is it's because it's a flower like our seniors, which will bloom later in the season. And it's indigenous to Sherwood Park, as you all know. And I said, Karen, we're looking for someone to come and to develop some branding work for us and to do some exciting things around the marketing domain. I said, we don't have a marketing team. You're looking at them. And so you would become the marketing team for Optima Living. And at the time, we were about 6 or 7 communities, with Astor Gardens being our first ground-up initiative. And she looked at me and she said, okay, let me think about it. And I'm like, wait a second, we're offering you the gig. Do you not want this? Like, what is going on? And she said, let me go talk to my team. And in my head, I'm like, who is your team? Like, we're 3 of us. There's 1 of you. Let's do this. Like, and she's like, I'll get back to you. And I remember subsequently, I think she tried to like go 1,000, 1,000. Anyways, a few days later, she called back. She said, look, we can do this, i.e. I can do this, but I'm going to need some time to ramp up. And I said, look, we trust what we've heard, and we're going to do this together. And if we believe in one another, we're going to make it happen. And you've all seen what Astor Gardens looks like today. It is, occupancy is at 98%. It's one of the best performing buildings in all of Alberta, for that matter. And it's because of the way in which we believe we deliver core services within the building. But we could never tell that story without Karen and the team around how do we say it with authenticity, not marketing? How do we articulate purpose? How do we say what we believe in, which is our North Star, let us welcome you home, in a way that is transparent? And so Karen and eventually the team helped us develop that storyline. And as she said in the video, that was 2018, and Mayor Rod, you remember 2019, you broke ground with us with Nate, and it was a beautiful morning. And again, Karen and her team, remember calling her up saying, Karen and her team at the time being Kaylin, where's Kaylin? Somewhere here. I said, can you help us do this groundbreaking? And she said, sure. And again, she went to task in terms of thinking deeply about what we believe in, which is community partnerships. So what did she do? She said, I'm going to call up a local chocolatier, JSEC, and we're going to do this beautiful gift that we're going to give to everyone. It may not sound like much, but for us, it means everything. We're all about promoting local, being part of the local community, and engaging in that way. And she's always taken that to heart, no matter where we've operated, wherever we've built our communities, or where we operate. She and the team always think the same way, which is how do we become community-minded and community-focused? That was a great day in 2019. 6 months later, we all know what happened. And she referenced April 3rd. And I remember Ali, Fareed, and I were each in our basements remotely trying to have a conversation around saying, COVID just happened. We are serving one of the most vulnerable populations. And we said, what's going to happen? We had, at that time, 500 residents between our communities. And we said, we have an obligation. This is not about business. This is about purpose. And talked to Karen. I said, look, how do we keep people engaged? And she said, I got you. I said, what do you mean? She said, there's this thing called Zoom. I'm like, who? She says, it's on your computer. I'm like, you mean a camera? I know you're in the marketing business, but what are we going to Zoom? And she says, no, it's an app. It's on your phone. And here's what we're going to do. I know you can't have big welcoming sessions for the Astor Gardens Community Engagement Program, but I'm going to host for you engagement sessions online. I'm like, who is going to come online? What senior is going to do this? And she says, trust me. You talk about building community, we're going to help you do that. People are going to trust, and they will come. And I still remember you hosted the first one. There was 5 people. And 3 of them were us, but there was 5 people. But by the 4th one, there were hundreds. There were hundreds of seniors participating, and we started, we had a partnership with the University of Alberta, so Dr. Adrian Wegg, who's the head of the Department of Medicine there, started to come on, and he was delivering sessions, and I thought, man, Karen, you are genius. And from that moment on, this whole online strategy thing started to develop and happen. And you know, you've grown since, and now we have a marketing team, and that works hand in hand with your marketing team. And what I want to say is, look, every one of us has an opportunity to do work or to do business. But I encourage you, do it with people you trust, do it with people you partner with, and then it's about the relationships, because that relationship is what lasts longer than anything else. Because at the end of the day, you can make $1 anywhere you want, but you can't have people who have sincerity of purpose, who love what they do, and make you a better person. And if you can meet someone or an organization that can make you better in terms of the way you think about things and the way that you feel about things, then hey, you just made your own world a better place, and hopefully for those around you. So congratulations, Karen. Thank you for letting us be part of your journey, and it's been a real privilege to be your partner.
Thank you, Karim. There's several others from the Optima Living team here. Why don't you just raise your hands, our friends from Optima Living. Thank you for coming. Yes. You honor and value people. That's why we work well together. So we love working with you guys.
Can we move some people over here?
Sure. Let's go. Let's come on up. We've got a dance floor ready for the nervous back row. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Curtis will lead the way. Thank you, Curtis the Brave. Let's go. Yeah, come on up. We have no more Inferno Solar. Curtis Craig. There's your plug. You got to dance on there. Yeah, feel free to come in. Absolutely. No more videos will blind you on that way. I want to invite our next guest, a friend of Iconium, a friend of mine, and Honorable Nate Glubish, who is Alberta's Minister of Technology and Innovation. Now, Minister Glubish has been a driving force in advancing Alberta's tech sector, promoting innovation and supporting opportunities that strengthen our province's future. We are very glad that he's here, so please welcome Minister Glubish.
Well, thanks, Greg, and thanks, Karen, for the invitation to join you here today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the MLA for Strathcona Sherwood Park. So I've known Karen and Cam for many years. I've known Greg for many years. We've played in a band together.
That's right.
Maybe next year we'll do a little show for you. But one of the things that I've learned throughout the various stages of my career is the power of storytelling. I mean, you all just heard it from Karim's story about how when you can use modern technology to help you tell your story, it can completely transform your business. It can transform everything you do. And in my life, before I got into politics, I was a venture capital investor. And part of my job was going out and talking to literally hundreds of entrepreneurs who were trying to build something new with technology, and figuring out of all those hundreds of entrepreneurs, who were the top 10 that I thought were really onto something. And then I had to figure out, how am I going to translate that nerdy tech story for an investor audience so that I could convince my board of directors to say, these are the ones we need to invest in. And I learned firsthand the power of storytelling. And then, of course, I made a shift to enter public life, to run for office. And again, I learned in a different application the power of storytelling. And what I'm just so impressed by what Karen and the team have been able to do over the last 10 years is just thinking, how do we solve the problem of storytelling in a new way? Let's use modern tools and technologies to tell these stories, not just their own story or Karim's story, but the stories of so many of us here in this room. And by doing so, they're able to help all of us reach our fullest potential. And so I just wanted to say thanks for letting me be a part of celebrating your 10 years. I liked how you put it, that you're at the beginning of your next 10-year chapter, and hopefully many more after that. So thanks to everybody for being here to support a great local Sherwood Park business, a great bunch of local entrepreneurs and innovators right here in our home community. It's important to shop local. Thanks for doing that. Have a great night, everybody.
Awesome. Well, the next guest drove up from Calgary, Okotoks maybe, today from Tenfold Group. Nathan Neufeld is the CEO of Tenfold Group, Inc. Now, Nathan is a great friend of Iconium, but he is known for his entrepreneurial spirit. He's committed to building meaningful partnerships that drive growth and community impact. His work continues to shape business development in Alberta and beyond. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Nathan Neufeld.
Wow, this is awesome. So I'm very, very proud to be here, and proud of my I'm her baby brother. I'm not sure if you knew that. I'll be honest. So I've been in business for almost 30 years, building our business in the chemical space, and it's been an absolute delight to watch my big sister and her amazing team. Everybody in Iconium that I've met, you guys are absolute rock stars, and just an amazing group. And it's an honor to be here. And tonight I'm here not just as her baby brother, but as a partner of Iconium. And Iconium has meant a lot to us over the past number of years. The Tenfold Group, there's kind of 4 companies that make up the Tenfold Group. And our companies, we've been building them for different stages over the years, and probably, I'm not sure when it was, maybe 7 years ago or so, things start to get it's hard to tell stories. It's hard to tell your story well, and it gets even more difficult as the company becomes more complex and different pieces, and that's when our paths crossed with Iconium. And we actually did even though she's my sister, we did a full RFP. I was really proud of that. I stepped out of the picture, and our teams came around and spent time with a few different communication companies. And what came back to me in the end was that hands down, Iconium. They get us and they care about us. And the mission statement really rang true with us, which is your mission is to advance our mission, or pardon me, accelerate our mission, right? And for us, and we had multiple missions in different companies, and for Iconium to come together and make sense of all that and help us to communicate that was really meaningful. And the values as well, the values of Iconium that you list on your website, and how you act and treat people, they resonate very, very deeply with us. So. Yeah, it's been a wonderful journey, and we really enjoy working with your team and each one of you, and we always love to have you come to our office. We do have a couple of members from Tenfold. We have Brett Shank, no relation, Brett Shank in the back. Brett is our Vice President of Operations, great guy, and we have the lovely Jamie Bartos in the beautiful dress, our VP of Finance. So thanks for coming down. But anyways, congratulations to Iconium for the 10 years. Karim and I were just talking about how hard it is to build business, and it's really a small percentage of businesses that start that actually really make it. And 10 years, you folks, there's always challenges in business, but you guys have made it. And looking at the room here, and it's time to scale, and it's an exciting time for you guys. So, God bless Iconium, and thank you for having us. Yeah.
Thank you.
We love our work with Tenfold Group. I won't lie to you though, they're brilliant people. We're artists, so we had to meet with scientists. They're creating new chemistry and chemicals. In our first meetings, I'm like, I'm not tracking what you guys are doing. But we found our way, and we can tell the story even in chemistry and chemicals that you're doing, because we love your work. We've come a long way. That's it. Finally, it's my privilege to introduce Mayor Rod Frank. We're very thankful that you're with us today from Strathcona County. Mayor Frank is a dedicated leader in our community, as we know, recognized for his vision, fostering strong, inclusive communities, and advancing economic growth in this region. We're delighted to have him join us today. We're delighted the projects that we've gotten to do with you over the years as well. So please help me welcome Mayor Frank.
Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to be here to bring greetings to Karen and your company on your 10th year anniversary. Remarkable story. And first of all, congratulations to the entire Iconium team also. But 10 years ago you started. I love your vision, quote, to deliver powerful cinematic storytelling and intuitive design that helps organizations achieve transformational results. Wow, what a wonderful statement and aspirational, but you've obviously been able to deliver on it also, so unbelievable. You've won awards. The companies that you support have won awards, and they have transformed, and they do lead their industries in many cases. I've already got an idea for next year's State of the County, by the way. That assumes I get through the October 20th election, but we shall see. I hope I do. But beyond your impressive portfolio, you also are so important, your entrepreneurial spirit, and companies like yours are foundational to the economic success of Strathcona County. You create, but you hire people, you spark innovation, and you help grow our economy. And that's one of my go-tos, economic development, so I love it. But you're an example of what happens when creativity, strategy, and collaboration all come together. And I know it's a very difficult business. My goodness, I mean, working with artists and trying to make money must be very challenging. I can just imagine. Wonderful. We can't wait to see what the next 10 years brings. Congratulations.
I'm going to invite Karen and the mayor to actually come back up, and two other special guests. Jesse Cook, would you join us up front here? I think you know this was happening. And Breton Weeb, would you join us as well? Now, these two gentlemen, careful with those, Karen. Let's go. Jesse Cook is does not work at Iconium, but used to. He's actually employee number one, right? Employee number one. Breton Weeb. So he runs Cook Fuel, yes.
Him and I wrote our values, and I was working on my MBA, and he was studying for his Bachelor of Business, and we both got an A+.
Hey, there you go. That's what we do. And then Breton Weeb is our most recent staff. He is a designer with us, so you have received many of his design work as well. We want to just kind of mark this moment. Here's to the next 10 years of Iconium Media.
1, 2, 3.
Good job. You take those with you very safely.
He had to go work for his family. He left us.
That's it. Don't get too far, Karen. Really doesn't need introduction, but I wrote something today, so I'm going to still give you an introduction, right? So you all know Karen. You know the passion and the heartbeats that is there, but Karen is the creative force behind Iconium Media, bringing stories to life with vision, strategy, and impact. And through her leadership, Iconium has become known for crafting powerful story, for crafting powerful experiences that connect people and connect ideas. So please join me in welcoming the owner, the founder, and the CEO of Iconium Media, Karen Shank.
First of all, it is just so amazing to have all of you here. I'm sorry for all of you standing. I honestly all day kept going, what if nobody comes? And what if everybody comes? It's kind of like a both end, but I'm just so deeply thankful that you are all here. And there was so many others that wanted to come and weren't able to. And it's just to know, when you live in the marketing and digital world, you don't always see people, or you see them one at a time. And to just see all of you in a group like this is so powerful. And Yeah, story is big for me. When I studied my journalism, I just made a very simple statement. My greatest competition is the garbage can. And people will just look at you like, what, you're crazy. But nobody is interested in what I have to say unless it's compelling. And so nobody is interested in chemicals unless we make them really interesting and really pretty and really cool. So you got to try the gin drink because it turns color, apparently, they said. So yeah. But it's the story, everybody's story matters, and everything is so important that you're doing. And so the word transformational, I know it's used a lot, but for me, it is so important to see that the work and the effort that you're doing, if we can just ignite that and help so many other people and lives being changed because of us having some skills. You heard these two men. Those are two of our clients. There's many others. Oh my goodness, they keep growing and growing and growing with their acquisitions. We have to keep up with that. So we have to keep hiring better and better and more talented people so that we can do that. So as a result, we just become stronger and more amazing as we're able to navigate that. Courage has never been something that happens in comfort. It's not comfortable to be courageous. And one of the stories I love to tell is when I started Iconium, me, by myself, I literally had to incorporate so that I could get that large film project. They're like, you need to incorporate. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, so I didn't realize you can start a company in a day. I did. And had a name and everything. It was a whole story in and of itself. But I created this business, and I'm like, what am I gonna do now? I have no idea. And I realized that if I just stepped out, and I called it stepping into the miracle. And that has been my recipe for success since day one, is if I step forward, things are gonna happen. If I sit on my butt, nothing will happen. So that has been my journey. And I remember one day I was sitting there and going, how in the world will I grow this company? It's just me. I can't even afford these staff more than like 5 hours a week. This is just not gonna work. And I had this vision. I think anyone that knows me, I speak in metaphor a lot. And I envisioned myself standing on the edge of a cliff, and I was looking down and going, this is bad. But I need to get over the other side of that river, and how am I gonna do that? And I put my foot up, and as I stepped, the trestle bridge began to expand. I'm about halfway through, and it's gonna keep going on forever because I'm not quitting until I'm like done. Because I just have, what I've seen is as I am a trailblazer and I step forward, it impacts hundreds and thousands of lives. It impacts the team, it impacts our clients, it impacts the people that they work for. And together, relationship, we're able to make a difference and a profound impact, and lives are being changed. I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say this. Last weekend, I was having an out-of-body kind of experience because I was at an American Warrior event. Like, I'm talking Navy SEAL, military, and first responders. And I'm like, they had a silent auction, machine guns. I'm like, what in the world am I doing here? I do not belong here. It was in Texas. I had to buy cowboy boots to go to this big fancy hoedown. I'm like, this is wild. But you know what? They're about healing moral injury. And their number one cause of death in the world of first responders is suicide. And so that is what they are touching. And they were having this massive fundraiser. We're going to be doing a film project for them so we can help tell further stories and bring hope to people. And I'm just like, I can't do that, but I can, because I'm going to step forward and the right people will come alongside. And we've got an amazing team. See, 10 years ago, it was just me. It's not just me anymore. We're like a small little army, and we are not just Iconium, we're our clients, we're a group, and we're a body of people, and we are able to make a difference. And all it takes is that I will be willing to step forward and make a difference. And with it, Greg, my gosh, he made all this technical stuff happen, and I made all the pretty things happen together with some people, and we're a team. And he's able to bring order to some of the creativity that I like to lead forward with, and he leads the team in such an incredible way. So in May, I was able to appoint him as our VP of Operations. Woot! That was awesome, and he's doing a fabulous job. And because as we grow, we have to give away and let other people grow with that. But So I just want to say a huge thank you. We need to trust the journey. We need to lean forward with others. I need to acknowledge where I'm weak and what I don't know. And then I need to trust other people to take some of those steps. And I believe that path will be directed. Looking ahead, we have some really big plans because you can see we're crowded in here. We're not this many people in here every day, but more and more groups we're able to just make an impact on more and more lives, and we want to do it. I would ask you a question, Karim. Were you surprised at how many clients we serve?
No, you're serving more than ever.
Okay, here's the wrong answer.
I'm shocked.
Right answer. We want every client to feel like they're the only one. That's what's important to us. I failed.
We're the only one.
But it is important that we do not compromise our quality because we're able to serve more people. We just hire more people. That's what we end up doing. But thank you for your team help on this. Yeah, so I want to say a special thank you to Strathcona County. Amazing, amazing community that has helped us every step of the way. Like many of your departments were in our garage in the early days. Business and tourism, I think, were the ones that took the first gamble on us. They came in the garage and incredible journey. I think we've worked with 12, 13 departments that we've been able to serve together. And many of the images that you see local, we did with Strathcona County, and we absolutely love that work. I want to say thank you for the key cities that we are based in, Edmonton, Sherwood Park, Vancouver, Dallas, and Orlando. So we have I did my MBA in Dallas, and as a result has developed a network of clients that we work with, and it's just an honor that we get to go beyond our borders and make that difference, even though I have to do some things that felt a little bit weird, but that's okay. It was cool. And I want to say thank you to our clients. The first one that asked us to do that film project, we do work with them every month, and that's just amazing that they stayed with us all the way through. And I've often said to him, why did you? And he just said, you guys, what you said, you guys matter, you guys get us, and that's been really important. I want to thank Optima. There's first of all, having all of you here today is just amazing. Carmen, oh my gosh, we've learned so much together. It's been incredible. They've grown from 400 beds to now 4,000. And just to be able to have that role with them, and we keep reinventing ourselves, it's just been incredible. I want to thank Tenfold, again, very, very complex companies. Just amazing that we are able to work with you, help build out your brands, and help tell your story. And Cook Fuel, yay, over there. We lost him as a staff person, but client is just great. So we've been able to decorate some of their big tanker trucks. That's kind of fun when you see them on the highway. And just other work. Inferno, completely reinventing how commercial solar happens. Just absolutely incredible, and we just thank you that we get to work with you. Sherwood Care, I think you're here. There we go, Kathy, thank you. If you've seen a big crane in the inner core, that's her grandkids call it Grammy's crane. She's building a really amazing building that she's just been able to get funding to work in the senior sector as well. And then PEP, she's not here anymore. She left earlier. CNG over there. One of our early clients. If you ever want modular containers, first of all, he does really good industrial, not so exciting ones, but he also does amazing creative. You want to build little tiny homes. You want to do, he has ideas like crazy, and he's super creative, and he's been with us many years. We've been with you, whatever that works. And then there's just many others here that, I'm sorry, I'm just not acknowledging everyone today, but I am so, there we go, Flourish Group. There we go, right here. Again, we took your business. Again, we don't understand the work that you do, but we were able to help tell your story in a way. And we don't have to understand what you do, because we understand we work so collaborative together that we're together at a table. We tell your story, you help us tell the specialist side of it, and then we work together and we can tell the story together that way. So that's really amazing. Thank you, Iconium team. You guys are troopers every day, all day long. It is amazing how hard you work, and we just are so thankful for your willingness to learn new things. That never ends, and that means a lot to us. Also want to thank each of your families. Some of them are represented here today, that you let us, Greg and I, take them on a career path, because that's what we love to do. Is people come to us and then we take a career journey. We're all on a career path. I'm still learning every day. Greg's learning every day. And how do we become better at what we do? How do we understand what AI is doing in our culture? How do we capitalize on that and not I'm going to use the word cheat, but because we want to use it so that we sharpen. It's not a creative environment, but it helps us do our work deeper and faster through the research. And so we're super thankful for the tools that we have. I also want to say thank you for the many staff that helped build what Iconium is today. Every person that had a season of time with us helped create who we are. And I'm sending a few emails to a few of them today or yesterday, and it means a lot that many people have helped build what we are, and many more people will come, and we're super excited about that. And I also just want to say a really deep thank you to my family. They've tolerated a lot of potential overworking, not always, but sometimes, where it was long days, long nights, and we're with the family, and there's things that are important that need to happen, and I will take care of them. But I just am super thankful. I'm just going to give a shout out. I asked if each of my kids would have one representation of their family here, so they did. That was awesome. So first of all, my husband Cam, wave, boom.
Ooh, nice dress, I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. I could not have done this without him. Thank you so much. And then my oldest son, Luke, I don't know where you are, over there, boom. Luke, he made our first logo in, I think, 10 minutes. And I said, I don't know if I like it. And he said, it's good. So I was like, what? So we had to have it for a bunch of years. And then one day, Greg and I said, let's do some redesigning. So, and we didn't call Luke. But thank you so much. He's actually helped coach some of our creative staff, and just brings a real expertise in that area. And thank you, Brett. He named Iconium. I told him I didn't like the name, and he said it's good. But there was the story to that. But he has helped us a lot in just an advisory way, and just been a super great help on the back end. And then we have Kaylin, who is a photographer and has been in many of your faces, shooting cameras. And then her husband, Trevor, is here as well. And he might be the guy behind finance at Iconium.io. So if you get emails from him, he might be him. But he's helped us as well. So it's just been nice to have my family involved. And anyway, I'm just so thankful for all of you. My heart is absolutely overfilled with joy, and love you absolutely all. And we have so much food. We have such a great opportunity here. There are some phenomenal drinks. Take an Uber if you need. I don't want to be responsible for anything bad that happens. But we are truly getting started. Greg and I have some crazy ideas that we are not disclosing yet, but we want some big things to happen as we scale up for the next decade. And we're so cool with that. So thank you. I absolutely love you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and enjoy Vicky's food. And that cake was from Sweet Creations, and we're going to chop it up. It's actually a real cake, believe it or not. So it's awesome. Thank you. Love you all.
Well, thank you, Karen. Friends, we're very grateful that you're all here. You can stay for much longer. We're going to kind of wrap this portion of the night up. But on behalf of all of us, our whole Iconium Media team, we are deeply thankful that you're here. We're thankful for the 10 years of stories. And again, as we started this night, this doesn't mark an end. It celebrates a moment, but we look forward to what's to come. And there are some amazing things to come. There's amazing people's stories to be shared and told, and we want to do that. We want to continue partnering with you and partner with people that we haven't met yet. So thank you for being here and doing this. Big thanks to Vicky's Bistro and Wine for catering. There's lots more food, as was mentioned, so please keep eating. Well, some of us might take a little bit of it home, but we don't want to take too much of it home. So please keep eating and enjoy some beverages there. Thank you to Cynthia Foster and her team for serving us through the evening. Give all of them just some appreciation through the night. Zechariah Lim is performing some music. You don't say that someone is a virtuoso very often. He is. He is a brilliant musician, so I hope you enjoy him and all the talent that he brings. Keep enjoying that music tonight. And whenever you do decide to head home, it doesn't need to be soon, but please make sure that you stop by the door, and one of our staff, we want to give you a gift to go. Just a piece of art from a project that we've been a part of over the last number of years. You're going to have a selection. You can take whichever one you like. We would love for you to have that. Make your choice, and they would love to send that with you. So again, thank you for being here. Your presence means the world to us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.